Hi, friends. This is the math lesson for second grade. This is Unit 5, Lesson 1, Part 2. Today we are going to be completing pages 227 and 228. If you have not already done so, please pause the video and go watch the Brain Pop video called Time to the Hour. It'll be a great help as we work through this page. So if you haven't done it already, go watch Time to the Hour and then come back to this video. So we are going to be learning a little bit about digital clocks today, and then you are going to practice reading the time on the clocks. Now, I promise you, the more you practice, the better you will get. So time can be very challenging for some friends. So if you are feeling like you are struggling, that's totally fine. This is the first time we are dealing with this. So take a deep breath and stick with me, and I will guide you through it. So let's take a look at that blue box before we get started on the clocks. It says, on a digital clock, the number on the left shows the hour hand, and the number on the right shows the minutes after the hour. So it uses a colon in the middle, that's the dot dot, to separate the hours from the minutes. Now, kind of like with money, when we had like $6, you have to include that zero right there or it doesn't work out. Okay, so there's always two numbers after the colon and one or two numbers before the colon. So we will look at our digital clocks in a minute, but let's take focus on our analog clocks. So those are the round ones with the numbers. So we are only dealing with what we call the o'clock time today. The o'clock time is when the minute hand is pointing at the 12. If you notice, all of these analog clocks, the minute hand is pointing at the 12. So we are only dealing with time to the hour, the o'clock. So we know that when it is o'clock, when it is 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever, you're always going to see the 00 on the minutes for the digital clock. Okay, so right now I would like you to write 00 on each of the digital clocks. Okay, now, since we know we're dealing with o'clock, we are going to also write o'clock on each of these lines. Now, make sure you leave space for a number. And when you write o'clock, it has an O, an apostrophe, and the word clock. Okay, so leave space, write O, apostrophe, and the word clock. So do that on each one right now. Okay, if you are not quite done, go ahead and pause the video so you can finish doing that. Now, we have all the busy work out of the way. Now we can focus on figuring out what time it is. So in the Brain Pop video, you learned that whatever number the hour hand is pointing to, that's the time. Okay, remember the hour hand is the short hand. So if I look at number 15, here's my shorthand. I can draw a line and touch 7. So I know that this clock, I know it's the O clock. The hour is 7. So this time right here is showing 7 o'clock. So I'm going to write 7 o'clock. And I like to write my 7 pretty close to that colon so it looks like it's all going together. All right, the next one, I look at my short hour hand. It's pointing directly to the 8. So this one is 8 o'clock. Number 17, I see that the 9 is pointing, or the hour hand's pointing directly to the 9. So we have 9 o'clock. And number 18, last one we're going to do together, is the hour hand is pointing directly to the 10. So we have 10 o'clock. All right, now I would like you to try the bottom 4 on your own. Don't be tricked by this one. Follow the same steps we've been doing. Where is that hour hand pointing? Go ahead and do that now. All right, so number 19. First, if you're not done, pause the video and finish on your own. Number 19, the minute hand is pointing to the 12, but my short hour hand is also pointing to the 12. So this is called 12 o'clock. Number 20, my hour hand is pointing to the 5. This is called 5 o'clock. On this one, you have to be careful because it looks a little tricky, but the short hour hand is pointing to the 6. So we have 6 o'clock. And the hour hand is pointing to the 2 in number 22. So we have 2 o'clock. 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Now, even when you read the digital clock, you still say the O clock. All right, when you're ready, turn your paper over. Now, we are going to practice drawing some hands. And maybe you're feeling like this is going to be easy. Maybe you're feeling like this is going to be hard. No matter what you're feeling, I am going to walk you through exactly what I need you to do. Please do not go ahead until I say you can work on your own. So we know we are doing the O clock. That's all we are focusing on. When we do the O clock, we know that all of the minute hands are pointing at the 12. So we know that every single one of these that we do, our minute hand is going to point at the 12. Okay, so you're going to draw your arrow to the 12. I want you to touch that 12. Touch the 12. So right now, on every single one, draw your minute hand and touch the 12. The reason I have you touch the 12 is that way we know that for sure this is the longer hand. And we know that the minute hand is the longer hand. Okay, now let's move on to the hour hand, which is our shorter hand. We remember from this side, the hour hand points directly to that number, but it does not touch. Remember, the hour hand must look shorter than the minute hand. So if I need to go to 7 o'clock, I like to kind of turn my paper and I'm going to draw the best arrow that I can. Now, if I want to double check that it's pointing directly to the 7, I can do a light line after I draw my arrow just to show that it's actually pointing to the 7. Okay, you don't have to do that, but that makes it really easy to be able to see. I like to do a little bit of a dashed line, okay, but you do not have to do that. Okay, let's keep drawing our hands. We'll do the digital clocks in a minute. So 11 o'clock, draw your short hour hand to 11. 2 o'clock, draw your short hour hand to 2. I would like you to try numbers 26, 27, and number 28, drawing just the hour hand on your own. Please pause the video. All right, let's see how you guys did. So I have my short hour hand pointing directly to my 3. On number 26, directly to my 5. And on number 28, directly to my 10. You did it, you guys. You drew the clock hands. I'm so proud of you. All right, last little bit. We have to write them digitally. We know that digital means, or that o'clock means 0, 0. Okay, so I have 7 o'clock, so it would look like this. 11 o'clock. I would like you to try the next 4 problems, the last 4 problems on your own. Please pause the video. All right, let's see how you did. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock. All right, my loves, that is it for today's lesson. Tomorrow, we are going to get a little bit harder. We're going to change it from the o'clock and use some of the other minutes. All right, I will see you guys later. Great job.